What's up, guys? Your King of Night, Vincent Valentine EX Turk with another Final Fantasy segment, and I want to talk about the relevance of Yuffie Kiseragi from Final Fantasy VII. Since this is going to be a Final Fantasy VII video, hold up, I have to pause. Alright, what makes Yuffie relevant? This is going to be the topic of the day. What makes her relevant, it's not her crush on Vincent Valentine or Cloud. It's not the fact that she steals your materia and makes that extra side quest that makes it about her, which I don't really mind because she is a main she does eventually become a main character, but that's not what makes her relevant. She has a story, just like every other Avalanche member. Shinra has wronged her just like every other Shinra member. I mean, just out of ever since every Avalanche member. So, and how she got wrong. When goes back to Crisis Core when Zack meets her for the first time, you know, during the Wutai War, you know, when she was trying to defeat Zack to gain freedom and liberty for her country, Wutai. Wutai has lost their honor and valor ever since Shinra took over, ever since Shinra beat Wutai. Even Yuffie's dad, Gado Kiseragi, the Prime Minister of Wutai. Yes, Yuffie is the daughter of the Prime Minister of Wutai, Gado. Has said that Shinra has took their honor and everything. And that's why, you know, Yuffie had to go through that side quest to get the Leviathan materia. Which makes a lot of sense in this case. Because it just does. But nonetheless, Yuffie is relevant to the story based off the facts that she's lost a lot. And the reason why Yuffie likes to steal materia gives her comfort. You know, she's addicted to materia because it gives her comfort. And then she steals because, well, because she's lost her honor thanks to Shinra. Yeah, it isn't a big loss, but any loss is still loss. Avalanche is a group composed of everyone that Shinra wronged. Shinra wronged Cloud by killing Zack in front of him. Shinra wronged Barrett by burning his village to the ground. Shinra wronged Tifa by their strongest soldier killing her father and burning down the town. Vincent has been wronged by Shinra because the loss of his fiancée over an experiment. Sid has been wronged by Shinra because Rufus seized and took his airship away from him, and took any financial sources for him to go into space. Red 13 was wronged by Shinra because he was cloned and he was made to excavate cells to clone him, which started the Red 13 clone arc. Eris is wronged by Shinra because of the Turks constantly kidnapping her. So everybody has a goal and purpose, and Yuffie's is no different. Yuffie wants revenge on Shinra as well. Now she does join the quest as well to get materia. In fact, that's one of the other reasons why she joins Avalanche. She joins Avalanche because she knows Avalanche is going to get a lot of materia, considering you got all the biggest powerhouses. You got the big leader Barrett of Avalanche, Barrett. You got the first class soldier, at least supposed first class soldier, Cloud. You got one of their Turks. You got an ancient. Well, she dies later on, but nonetheless, Yuffie's story actually goes right into Avalanche as well, to a little bit. Believe it or not, you know, she's just as relevant as everybody else. Even though she's an optional character and the side quest has nothing to do with it, they did talk about how Shinra has stolen their honor, and because Shinra has stolen Wutai's honor, because let's be honest, Shinra is a dictatorship. Shinra is, you know, President Shinra is a dictator. And he wanted to build a reactor in Wutai, which Wutai does not believe in technology because they're a country believing on ancient customs. So doing that would go against their religious beliefs. But Shinra does not care, so doing that, they waged a 3-year war in Crisis Core I mean, it began before Crisis Core, but they began, it was a 3-year war of Shinra and Wutai. And when you see Yuffie as a little girl, Yuffie tries to fight Zack. Now Zack cannot bring himself to harm a young girl, because at this point, at this point in time, Yuffie's at least 13 years old, so she's still a little girl. Zack could not bring himself to kill Yuffie or to harm her in any kind of way because Yuffie's too young. So Zack acts like he gets beat. Which actually is really funny because that's what you have to do in order to earn her. You have to act like you got beat, and you have to say things like you're petrified and you're scared of her, and then you earn her, which is very funny. Which Crisis Core, I gotta say, kept that in there. Crisis Core made its way into compilation, of Final Fantasy VII, and kept some original tropes because that's how Zack earned Yuffie's trust, by pretending to get beat. Because Zack couldn't. I mean, come on, Zack's a good-hearted person. He's not gonna harm a 13-year-old girl, not over anything, not even over a war. So, Zack acted like he got defeated. Now, Yuffie was kind of confused, and this would also bring some way to also why she has a crush on Cloud, because Yuffie's used to see, because Yuffie saw a guy who looked like Cloud who did the same thing. But even then, that could also drive Yuffie to have a crush on Cloud a little bit as well, But nonetheless, I think what makes her relevant is that, yes, the Wutai War affected Yuffie's psychological trauma, hence why Yuffie steals, and why she wants materia so bad. Because materia is like comfort to her. It's just like comfort food to people who are binge eaters, or alcohol for alcoholics, or sex to people who find comfort in having lots of sex. It's an addiction to get rid of the pain and psychological traumas. The Wutai War has affected Yuffie greatly, because she feels scared, so she has to put on the front that she's, a tough person. And that's why she always comes off acting like she's tough, even when she's really scared. Like when Dirge Cerberus, when Rosso was about to take the, when Rosso, put a hole in Vincent, she actually saved Vincent, even though she was kind of scared because she didn't know if she was going to die or not. But Yuffie, even at 13 years old, that's why she acted so tough, is because, she had to. But also she feels the same feelings as her dad did. That their country has lost their beliefs, and have lost their self. And it's not really Wutai's fault. It's actually Shinra's fault. So Shinra does affect Wutai, and thus indirectly affecting Yuffie's mental state. Even though Yuffie is a chipper happy, trigger happy female, it could be just pretty much an act on the fact that she's lost a lot as well. And this is why she relates to Avalanche. Also, she probably thinks Vincent as another Wutai member, because the fact that Vincent has features from Wutai. In fact, it's, actually, come to think, Vincent's father is from Wutai, and that's why Vincent looks the way he does, which makes Yuffie and Vincent have a lot in common on the fact that they're both Wutai blood. Now, Vincent never lived in Wutai, so Vincent grew up in Nibelheim, but he does have Wutai features, so Yuffie can get closer to him, and that's why after Vincent and Yuffie break off of Avalanche for the WRO, that's another reason why Yuffie went to the WRO, because Vincent has joined the WRO, at Dirge Cerberus. But nonetheless, she relates to Vincent on the fact that they're both Wutai descendants. She relates to Avalanche on the fact that Avalanche has the same goal of destroying Shinra. Now, Yuffie has no interest in fighting Sephiroth, but she knows that Sephiroth possesses materia that is like god ability, and Sephiroth possesses the black materia, which gets, Yuffie's panties creaming, it cream Yuffie's panties pretty much, because I mean it's the black materia. It's the strongest of all materia. It's the god materia, the very first materia to ever exist, ever. You know. So I think the only thing that made Yuffie interested into joining Avalanche, besides they both, both Avalanche and her hate Shinra a lot, but what made her interested in going to find Sephiroth was Yuffie know that Sephiroth, being the god power he is, she'd be able to find super godlike materia from Sephiroth, hoping that Cloud kills Sephiroth and materia falls out of Sephiroth's body, or hoping the black materia does not go with him so she could steal it. Of course, it never happens, but she ends up evacuating the civilians with Vincent during that time. But nonetheless, I think that's another reason why she's interested in joining Avalanche. Both hate Shinra, but for her, when it comes to finding Sephiroth, she knows Sephiroth has to possess good materia for the fact he's fucking Sephiroth. So that's a reason why Yuffie is relevant to Final Fantasy VII, even though she's an optional character. And her, she does have good stats, good attack, and the highest speed ever, But nonetheless, this is exactly why Yuffie Kiseragi is relevant to Final Fantasy VII. She's just like Vincent. She has a past with Shinra that makes her join Avalanche. And that's all there is. So may the crystal be with you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and may the crystal be with you. Feel you anymore, 'cause you've run through me.